We imagine we live about 80 years, about 29,000 days. Most of our time on earth we spend on personal preferences and personal likes and dislikes. We do not really spend time for the sake of the world. For me, effective life is the time that you spend for the sake of the world. 80% of the people, 90% of the people of the world, they just live for themselves. Eat, drink, sleep, complain. That's the kind of pattern. Otherwise, you can see the usual regular pattern. A child is born, it goes through education, gets a job, gets married, build a house, settle down, have children, then their children, things like that. The usual cycle of life, usual pattern. At no point in time we ever think, is this exactly what you want to do in life? And then to cover it up, to have some difference in this whole pattern, we go for addictions. We develop some habits, and that habits become addictions. And then we feel comfortable because we have a diversion from this usual pattern. But that's again negative. You're not doing anything. You're just getting stuck in this whole run of life. So I would call effective years is the years when you existed selflessly. Means when you lived your life selflessly for the sake of the world. So when you wake up, then you will wake up with gratitude that you are born here and you are alive. You will feel good. It's good, I'm alive. Let me do something for the earth. That itself will provoke you to do the right things. When I say right things, something which is unselfish. No point in time anybody tells us that everything you get from here, you have to leave behind. Your body also, including your body. Everything has to be left behind. You can carry nothing when you die. Not even a pebble can be taken from earth when you die. Everything is left behind. If that clarity is there, then you will be more and more interested in doing something for the world. That will earn you much more grace, much more spiritual revenue, much spiritual energy, revenue, grace. That's worth it. When you live selflessly, it's worth it. Usually what we ask for if you go to a master or God or temple or church, what do we ask? We ask for something which we don't have. We decide that we need these things to be happy. We always complain, what I have is not good enough. We need more. We need something different. We are in that mode. We hardly appreciate that we are breathing. We are living. Our stomach is working all right. We have food to eat, place to sleep. We hardly think about all these factors. We just live our life. And then at certain point in time, we feel, what am I doing here? Then disappointments. Behind every disappointment, there is an expectation. We expect too much from earth, but we don't give back anything. So, according to me, the effective years is the time when you needed nothing from here and you decided to give everything to the earth. That is effective years for me. Jesus had about 8 years of eight effective years. That is what created Christianity. All that we know, the 8 years, the intensity of those 8 years created a religion. If you look at Shirdi Sai Baba, almost his whole existence, his whole time was effective. He hardly did anything for himself. You can see various masters in India who wanted nothing from here, but gave everything to the existence, to the world. This is effective year. So if you start looking at effective years of your life, or even effective hours of your life, that will make a big difference in your life. You will stop asking, you will stop asking anything. When you stop asking, you do not entertain poverty consciousness. Whenever you ask something, you are saying you lack something, you don't have something. Whenever you repeat you don't have something, that means you are expressing poverty, lack of something. Instead, what will you say? Thank you. I'm grateful. Thank you for uh, allowing this existence. Thank you for the incarnation. Grateful I'm being used for something. Like that. So all the things that you will say will be positive, purposeful. And another thing is that where does the inspiration come from against adversities? See, if it is selfish desire, if it is something for you, just like we talk about cats and dogs, right? We are always trying to snatch something from somewhere. In fact, whatever you are eligible for will come to you because you earn it. This is the truth. The truth is that what you are eligible for will come to you. What you are not eligible for cannot come to you because you can't handle it. So we think that we need all these things, so many different things, and mostly our lack of peace is connected to these desires, these kind of things. We pitch our desire based on what we see around all the time. For if you are only thinking about your needs, all of you will be satisfied. We will all be satisfied. Food, clothing, shelter, medicine, healthcare. That's all fine. That's not where our dissatisfaction sits. Our dissatisfaction usually sits on something which is in another person's hands, which is in somebody else's hands. We are asking for something which we don't have. So, and we believe that this is exactly what we need. You see the queue in front of mobile phone shops when they release a new model. How many days you will be happy with it after you buy it? After a few days, you are waiting for the next model. So that much is the level of the fulfillment quotient. So if we are happy with what we have, and we decide to give to society whatever we can, I always tell this: if you really think you are a citizen of a country, you only look at how much you are giving to the country, not what you're taking from the country. We talk about rights all the time. It's our right. We should have this, we should have that. But we never talk about responsibilities. So passion comes with purpose. Passion means the power of action. It becomes solidified. Solid purpose gives solid motivation. If you're clear in your life what you want to do, you will be motivated. You don't need anybody else's motivation. Even if people go against you and tell you are very bad, or this is not what you want to do, they are opinions. They're just opinions. You may have nothing to do with it. You will still be motivated. And that motivation is what drives all these masters. That's what creates legacy. Self-motivation. Self-motivation should begin with self-acceptance. We should accept ourselves fundamentally as a pure and simple incarnation. Maybe we have a lot of good in us, we have a lot of bad in us. All are mixtures. Nobody is perfect. We can be good and we can be bad. There's no problem. It's fine. And then your purposefulness will shine forth, and you will have a passionate life, a life of power. So effective years is very important. If you look at your effective years, you will start understanding that you are unique. Otherwise, you will never know that you are unique. You may not feel it. You may not feel you are unique because you are trying to be one of the lot, be one of this whole society, and try to become exceptional in the society. And society usually looks at how much money you have or what's your position in the society. But if you keep on giving to the society, sooner or later, society has to recognize you. Society will recognize. They have to recognize. Glory happens when you give more than you take. Om.